Beneath the Arctic's icy surface lies a realm untouched by sunlight, where life has adapted to survive unimaginably.
He took planes into the south, under the South Pole. Suddenly, he's looking at things that shouldn't be there.
These flying disc-shaped objects around them. But that's just the beginning of his extraordinary story.
Later was suppressed by government authorities that found it frightening.
From ancient organisms frozen in time to strange ecosystems thriving in extreme cold, this hidden world is as enigmatic as it is vital. Exploring these icy depths could reveal secrets about Earth's origins and its connection to life in the universe. Admiral Richard Byrd's mysterious Antarctic base. In August 1946, Admiral Richard Byrd, a respected United States naval officer and one of the first pilots to fly over the North and South Poles, led a massive expedition to Antarctica called Operation High Jump. With 13 ships, 23 aircraft, and over 4,700 military personnel, the mission was one of the largest explorations of its time. Officially, it aimed to scout potential locations for military bases in the icy wilderness. But something strange reportedly happened during this journey, something not found in Byrd's public reports. According to a secret diary discovered by his son after his death, Byrd claimed to have seen unimaginable things in Antarctica. The diary tells of an entrance near the South Pole leading into the Earth. Flying beyond this opening, Byrd described how the icy landscape suddenly transformed. Instead of endless snow and cold, he saw a warm, lush region filled with greenery, a sight that defied logic. But the most astonishing detail was a shimmering city made entirely of crystal, glowing with rainbow hues. As Byrd's plane approached this otherworldly place, it was no longer under his control. Disc-shaped flying objects appeared around his aircraft, guiding it to a landing site. There, he met a being he called the Master. This figure wasn't hostile but expressed deep concern over humanity's use of nuclear weapons. The Master mentioned the devastation of Hiroshima and Nagasaki and shared fears that humans might destroy not only themselves, but also the planet. Byrd's account struck a chord with unidentified flying object researchers, especially because similar stories have emerged about unexplained events near nuclear missile sites. Some military personnel have even reported unidentified flying objects turning off nuclear weapons, seemingly to prevent catastrophe. This idea of extraterrestrial or advanced beings intervening aligns with Byrd's mysterious experience. The Master, as described in the diary, seem to represent these advanced entities who want humanity to avoid self-destruction and protect the Earth, a planet they might share with us. When Byrd returned to the surface, he was eager to tell the world what he had seen. However, he was taken to a government facility and ordered to keep silent. Everything he experienced was classified. To this day, some believe Byrd's secret diary holds clues to a hidden world beneath our feet and a connection to the modern, unidentified flying object phenomenon. Could Byrd's tale be true? Could advanced beings live deep within the Earth, watching us and stepping in to guide or warn us? The day we meet these beings might not be far away. Before we move forward to the next mysterious discovery on the list, hit the like and subscribe to the channel.
Like and subscribe right now and you'll have amazing luck for the rest of the week.
Ancient life discovered in Antarctica. In one of the most remote corners of Antarctica lies Lake Untersee, a mysterious frozen freshwater lake that has remained untouched by time. Covered by a thick layer of ice that never melts, it is home to some of the planet's most ancient and otherworldly life forms. To uncover its secrets, a dedicated team of scientists and divers embarked on a perilous journey, carrying nearly a ton of specialized equipment into one of the harshest environments on Earth. Reaching Lake Untersee was no small feat. The team faced weeks of challenges to arrive at the research base. From there, they traveled another 140 kilometers across the ice to camp on the lake's frozen surface. The conditions were unforgiving, with sudden windstorms capable of reaching 100 miles per hour, threatening to scatter tents and equipment across the icy expanse. Beneath the 3-meter-thick ice, the lake holds a treasure: giant stromatolites, ancient microbial structures that have thrived in these extreme conditions for thousands of years. These stromatolites are living fossils, their origins dating back over 3 billion years, and they are closer to the formation of Earth than to modern times. Nowhere else on the planet do they grow to such an extraordinary size, making Lake Untersee a unique and invaluable site for scientific exploration. After days of drilling through the ice, the team prepared for their dive. Equipped with special rebreathers to extend their time underwater, the divers descended into the freezing lake. But a malfunction in one diver's gear forced an emergency ascent just minutes into the dive. The danger was real. Any failure in their equipment could have been fatal, given the lake's isolation from civilization. A fierce Antarctic storm followed, confining the team to their tents for 24 hours. Once it passed, the crew repaired the damage, cleared the snow-filled dive holes, and made a second attempt. What they discovered was breathtaking. Massive stromatolites rising from the lake bed, thriving in an environment so harsh it seemed almost alien. These ancient organisms may hold clues to the possibility of life beyond Earth. Studying them could help scientists understand how life might exist on icy worlds in our solar system, like Europa or Enceladus. In the frozen depths of Lake Untersee, the secrets of ancient Earth and distant planets await discovery. Pyramids found under the Antarctica ice. Antarctica is at the very bottom of our planet, a vast icy wilderness stretching over 5 million square miles. It's the coldest place on Earth, covered in ice over a mile thick. It seems impossible that anyone could have ever lived there. Today, only scientists and remote research stations call this frozen land home. But in 2016, something astonishing came to light. Satellite images revealed a strange formation sticking out from the ice, what looked like a massive pyramid. Researchers who studied the images noticed the pyramid's shape was almost too perfect to be natural. It had sharp, defined edges and a square base stretching about 2 kilometers on each side, dwarfing even Egypt's Great Pyramid of Giza. This discovery sparked an incredible question. Could ancient humans have reached Antarctica and built this structure long ago? For centuries, mainstream geologists believed Antarctica had been covered in ice for millions of years, making human settlement impossible. But some evidence challenges that idea. Stories from Polynesian cultures describe a mysterious land to the south, a place of white rocks rising from the water, icebergs, and animals like seals and penguins. These ancient tales suggest their ancestors might have traveled to Antarctica, seeing it as the cradle of their civilization. Could these stories be rooted in truth? Adding to the intrigue, scientists have found clues that parts of Antarctica might not have been covered in ice as recently as 4000 before Christ. In 2017, German researchers drilled deep into the Antarctic seafloor, hoping to uncover the continent's ancient climate history. What they found was beyond anything they imagined. Buried beneath the ice were remnants of plants, more than 60 types, similar to those in today's rainforests. The evidence suggested that Antarctica once had a climate like northern Italy, warm and lush, supporting life in ways that seem impossible now. This discovery flipped everything scientists thought they knew about Antarctica. Who or what lived there if the continent was once covered in greenery? And could the mysterious pyramid be a relic of that time, built by a forgotten civilization? Antarctica remains one of the most mysterious places on Earth, holding secrets frozen beneath its thick layers of ice. As researchers uncover more, they are piecing together a story that challenges what we know about the planet and humanity's past. Could this icy land hide the remains of an ancient world we've yet to understand? Atlantis is Antarctica? The idea that Atlantis' lost city lies buried beneath Antarctica's ice is one of those captivating theories that blurs the lines between history, myth, and imagination. It begins with the Greek philosopher Plato, who, around 360 before the Common Era, described Atlantis in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias. According to Plato, Atlantis was an advanced island civilization located beyond the Pillars of Hercules, the Strait of Gibraltar. It supposedly existed 9,000 years before his time, thriving in power and technology until it grew arrogant, attacked Athens, and met its demise, swallowed by the sea after a devastating earthquake. Plato's story, intended as an allegory about hubris and its consequences, was separate from traditional Greek mythology. Yet, over centuries, many people began interpreting it as fact. The idea of Atlantis as a real place caught fire, inspiring countless theories about its possible location. from the Mediterranean to the Atlantic, the Arctic, and even Antarctica. The Antarctica theory gained traction thanks to Charles Hapgood's Earth crust displacement hypothesis. Hapgood suggested that the Earth's crust could shift over its mantle, causing continents to move dramatically. According to this theory, Antarctica wasn't always a frozen wasteland. It may have been temperate and habitable when Atlantis allegedly existed. When the crust shifted, the continent slid to its icy position at the South Pole, burying Atlantis under kilometers of ice. Authors like Graham Hancock, known for his book Fingerprints of the Gods, supported this idea, arguing that evidence of an advanced, forgotten civilization might still lie beneath the Antarctic ice. Hancock and others have called for archaeological exploration of the region, though mainstream scientists remain skeptical. Through the 20th century, the Antarctica-Atlantis connection captivated imaginations, with authors like Charles Berlitz and Eric von Daniken, weaving it into broader theories of lost civilizations and even ancient aliens. Later, researchers like Rand Flemorth and Rose Flemorth pinpointed the Ross Ice Shelf as a potential location for the mythical city. While these ideas remain firmly in the realm of pseudoscience, the allure of Atlantis persists. It represents the dream of a lost golden age, a civilization so advanced it might hold secrets about humanity's past. Whether Atlantis ever existed, the story inspires exploration, debate, and wonder. Greenland shark. Deep beneath the icy North Atlantic and Arctic Ocean waters lives a mysterious giant, the Greenland shark. Also known as the Gurry shark or gray shark, this elusive creature is a true marvel of the ocean. It's not just big, it's ancient. Greenland sharks hold the longest lifespan of any vertebrate on Earth, living an estimated 250 to 500 years. Imagine that. Some sharks were swimming through Arctic waters before the Pilgrims landed in America. Greenland sharks are huge, reaching up to 21 feet, 6.4 meters in length, and weighing more than 2,200 pounds, 1,000 kilograms. They grow slowly and don't reach maturity until around 150. Even their reproduction is a long process. Pups are born alive after a pregnancy that can last up to 18 years. These sharks aren't picky eaters. They'll snack on whatever they find, including carrion, dead animals. Despite their size, they pose no threat to humans, and no attacks have ever been recorded. But remember to eat them. Their meat is toxic to mammals because it contains high levels of a chemical called trimethylamine N-oxide. However, the meat is fermented in Iceland to make a Keistur Hakarl delicacy. Greenland sharks are thick-bodied, with a short, rounded snout, tiny eyes, and small fins. They are gray to blackish-brown, sometimes with faint streaks or spots. They're not the fastest swimmers, but they're built to survive in the deep, cold waters of the Arctic. One fascinating feature is that many of them have parasites called Omatocoida elongata attached to their eyes. These crustaceans damage the shark's vision, but it doesn't matter. Greenland sharks rely more on their incredible sense of smell and hearing to navigate and hunt. Greenland sharks have rows of sharp, pointed teeth in their upper jaw and broad, interlocking teeth in their lower jaw. When feeding, they latch onto their prey with their top teeth and use their lower jaw to sew off chunks of meat with a rolling motion. The Greenland shark is a true survivor, quietly patrolling the icy depths, its ancient story hidden beneath the Arctic ice. Organism 46b. Deep beneath Antarctica's icy surface lies Lake Vostok, a vast hidden body of water buried under 2 miles of ice near Russia's Vostok Station. 2012, after decades of drilling, a Russian scientific team finally broke through to the lake. They claimed to have discovered the stuff of nightmares, a creature they called Organism 46b. According to Dr. Anton Padalka, one of the team members, this was no ordinary discovery. The creature was a massive squid-like beast, measuring 33 feet long with 14 terrifying tentacles. What made it even more shocking was its extraordinary abilities. It could paralyze prey 150 feet away by releasing venom into the water. Its severed limbs remained alive and aggressive, and it could shapeshift, even taking on the appearance of a human diver. But perhaps most unsettling was its apparent intelligence, which Padalka claimed bordered on malice. The first encounter with the creature came on the team's arrival at the lake. Padalka recalled how their radios were suddenly disabled. an act they later believed was deliberate. Before they could make sense of it, the organism attacked. One of the researchers became its first victim, paralyzed by the venom. He floated there, smiling peacefully as the creature approached, Padalka recounted. We could do nothing but watch as it tore off his head and consumed him. The attacks didn't stop there. As the team continued exploring, the creature revealed another chilling ability: shape-shifting. It took the form of a human diver, luring one of the scientists closer before attacking and killing him. In another encounter, a severed tentacle they had cut off later slithered across the ice and strangled another team member while they camped for the night. Incredibly, the team eventually captured the creature, trapping it in a tank. But their victory was short-lived. Upon returning to the surface, Russian authorities reportedly seized the organism and declared nothing had been found in Lake Vostok. The official story was silence. The tale of organism, 46B, quickly sparked skepticism. Critics pointed out the logistical impossibilities of transporting such a massive creature through a narrow drill hole or surviving the crushing pressures of the lake. Others highlighted inconsistencies, like the supposed human diver, which made no sense under such extreme conditions. Dr. Padalka has since vanished, leaving only scattered, unverifiable accounts of the event. Was it all an elaborate hoax or a cover-up of something extraordinary? The truth about Lake Vostok's terrifying inhabitant remains as murky as the depths it came from. The bloop. In 1997, researchers at the United States National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, detected an unusual sound in the ocean. This strange noise, later dubbed bloop, was a powerful low-frequency sound that seemed to come from deep in the ocean. At first, many wondered if it was caused by a marine animal, but by 2012, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration concluded that the sound was actually from something much less mysterious, but still fascinating: a large ice quake, or cryosysm. The bloop was first detected by an underwater network of hydrophones, part of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Pacific Marine Environmental Laboratory, PMEL. This system was designed to monitor undersea seismic activity, including the sounds of glaciers and marine mammals. It was located in the equatorial Pacific Ocean, about 50 degrees south and 100 degrees west, a remote area west of South America. The sound was so strong that it could be heard across a distance of over 3,000 miles, traveling through the ocean with ease. It lasted for about 11 seconds, and as it played out, the frequency of the sound increased, creating an eerie, rising effect. Initially, there was speculation that the sound might come from a giant sea creature, but over time, researchers concluded that it likely came from ice movement. When large chunks of ice break off from glaciers or shift in the sea, they can create powerful shock waves known as cryoseisms. These ice quakes can produce sound patterns similar to the bloop and travel vast distances underwater. In fact, during research in 2008, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration observed similar sounds from ice quakes near South Georgia Island when an iceberg called A53A began to break apart. The bloop source was narrowed down to areas near Bransfield Strait and the Ross Sea, or possibly Cape Adair, all known spots where large ice movements occur. The ocean is a fantastic medium for carrying these sounds, as seawater is very good at transmitting noise, allowing ice quakes to be detected by hydrophones miles away. So, while the bloop may have sparked imaginations with its strange, eerie noise, it turns out to be the sound of nature's ice-breaking forces at work, traveling across the ocean, reaching us in ways we hadn't quite understood before. Killer whales, Orcanis orca. The killer whale, or orca, is a stunning creature and the largest member of the dolphin family. You can't miss them. They're jet black on top and pure white underneath, with a distinct white patch behind each eye and another along their sides. Some even have a unique saddle patch behind their dorsal fins. Despite being powerful predators, there's no record of wild killer whales harming humans. Many have been kept captive and trained for performances, though this practice is now widely criticized. Male orcas are huge, up to 10 meters, 33 feet long, and weighing about 10 metric tons. They're noticeably bigger than females, who reach around 8.5 meters, 28 feet in length. Males also have larger dorsal fins, straight and towering up to 1.8 meters, 6 feet, while females have shorter, curved fins. Orcas are built for power, with massive jaws holding over 40 curved teeth, each about 10 centimeters, 4 inches, long. Orcas are found in oceans worldwide, from icy polar waters to tropical seas. They follow their food, whether it's tuna, salmon, seals, squids, penguins, or other whales. In the North Pacific, they live along the coasts of Alaska, British Columbia, and Washington, while in the Southern Hemisphere, they can be spotted near Argentina, New Zealand, and South Africa. Orcas live in family groups called pods, which are tight-knit and led by older females. There are two main types of pods, residents and transients. Resident pods tend to stay in one area, feeding on fish like salmon, while transients roam wider and hunt seals, seabirds, and other marine mammals. They communicate and hunt using echolocation, a fascinating skill that lets them navigate and find prey through sound waves. Orcas are incredibly intelligent. They can even recognize themselves in mirrors, a rare ability among animals. Interestingly, female orcas experience menopause, just like humans. Scientists think this evolved to allow older females to help the entire pod thrive, rather than competing for resources with younger mothers. The story of killer whales stretches back millions of years. Fossils suggest their ancestors were smaller dolphins during the Pliocene epoch, evolving into the powerful predators we know today. These creatures are a testament to life's beauty, intelligence, and complexity in our oceans. Loch Ness Monster. The story of the Loch Ness Monster, or Nessie, is one of the most famous legends in the world. Set in the misty Scottish Highlands, the tale tells of a mysterious creature said to dwell in the deep waters of Loch Ness. Described as a large, long-necked beast with humps rising out of the water, Nessie has captured imaginations for generations. Though stories of this enigmatic creature date back centuries, it wasn't until 1933 that the legend took off. That year, a local man named George Spicer claimed he and his wife saw a strange animal crossing the road near the loch. The description sparked a media frenzy, with letters flooding newspapers from people reporting their sightings of a monster fish, sea serpent, or dragon. Eventually, the creature was named the Loch Ness Monster. By the 1940s, it was affectionately nicknamed Nessie. The earliest known story of a water beast in the area comes from the 6th century. A monk named Saint Columba was said to have encountered a water beast while staying near the river Ness. The creature reportedly attacked a swimmer, dragging him underwater. Columba intervened, commanding the beast to stop in the name of God. According to the tale, the creature obeyed and fled, which the locals saw as a miracle. While some point to this story as early evidence of Nessie, skeptics argue it's just a typical medieval legend unrelated to the modern myth. Over the years, Nessie's fame has only grown, with countless alleged sightings, grainy photographs, and even sonar readings fueling speculation. However, the scientific community has never found solid evidence of the creature's existence. Most experts believe these sightings are hoaxes, overactive imaginations, or simple misidentifications of objects like floating logs or waves. Despite this, the Loch Ness Monster has become an icon of mystery and folklore. Whether Nessie is a creature lurking in the deep, or just a story spun by human curiosity, her legend continues to draw people to the shores of Loch Ness, where they peer into the dark water, hoping for a glimpse of something extraordinary. It's a reminder of our love for the unknown, and the magic of believing, even without proof. Icefish, Chanidae family. Deep in the icy waters of the Southern Ocean surrounding Antarctica lives one of nature's strangest and most fascinating fish families, the icefish. Unlike any other vertebrates on Earth, these unique creatures lack hemoglobin, the pigment that gives blood its red color and helps transport oxygen. Instead, their blood runs clear, a remarkable adaptation to their cold, oxygen-rich environment. Icefish thrive where water temperatures hover between a bone-chilling 1.8 degrees Celsius to a degree Celsius. Most species stick close to the Southern Ocean, though one, Champsocephalus esox, ventures farther north, beyond the Antarctic polar frontal zone. Some, like Chionobithyscus deweytii, have even been discovered at astonishing depths of over 2,000 meters. Icefish's evolutionary story is still a mystery. Some believe they started adapting around 6 million years ago when the Southern Ocean grew colder. Others believe their origins stretch back 15 to 20 million years, linked to the formation of the Antarctic Circumpolar Current. Regardless of their timeline, these fish have developed incredible strategies to compensate for their lack of hemoglobin. Their large hearts and enhanced blood vessels help circulate oxygen efficiently, ensuring they survive in conditions that would be lethal for most other fish. Life for icefish is slow but steady. They grow about 6 to 10 centimeters a year, reaching maturity at 5 to 8 years old. Their reproductive cycle mirrors the icy environment they call home. Female icefish lay large, yolky eggs during autumn and winter, some over 4 millimeters in diameter. Depending on their location, the eggs can take 2 to 6 months to hatch, with colder waters prolonging the process. In 2021, researchers uncovered an extraordinary discovery in Antarctica's Weddell Sea, a massive icefish breeding colony. Spanning an incredible 92 square miles, it held an estimated 60 million nests, each carefully guarded by a parent watching over 1,700 eggs. This revealed an unprecedented glimpse into the reproductive habits of these elusive creatures. Once a target for commercial fishing in the 1970s and 1980s, especially species like Champsocephalus gunneri, icefish populations suffered from overexploitation by the 1990s. Today they are more carefully monitored, reminding us how fragile and extraordinary life beneath the Antarctic ice truly is. Beneath the Arctic ice lies a world as mysterious as unforgiving, where ancient organisms, undiscovered species, and uncharted ecosystems thrive in the cold and darkness. These hidden depths hold clues to Earth's past and the potential for life beyond our planet. As science pushes the boundaries of exploration, the secrets beneath the ice remind us how much of our world remains unexplored, and how those mysteries might connect us to the cosmos. The Arctic's frozen heart beats with the promise of discovery,